After Spider-Man gets shot and goes to the doctor to check if everything was okay, Peter is shocked when he discovers that he was actually dying. Now that Spider-Man realizes that his powers were also starting to fail, since he could no longer even stick to walls, his friends begin to worry about him, and Peter is sent to the greatest minds on the planet to run some tests on him. As soon as Mr. Fantastic discovers that Spider-Man was dying because of the radiation coming from his own powers, the Avengers go after the Hulk to consult his opinion due to his experience with radioactivity. However, when not even Banner knew exactly what to do about Peter's illness, Bruce suggests that Spider-Man go to Wakanda to check their medicine. As soon as Peter arrives in Africa and meets Black Panther, the two go to T'Challa's laboratory, and he tells Peter that he would get his results in a few days. Some time passes, and while Peter enjoys his stay and even gets some braids, Black Panther finally appears with the test results and unfortunately says that he couldn't help him either. Now that Spider-Man was certain that science couldn't help him, Peter tries his last option and turns to magic, going straight to Doctor Strange. Steven then begins analyzing Peter's illness, and as soon as he discovers that its cause was actually supernatural, Strange concludes that there was nothing he could do and consoles Peter, saying that he had lived a good life. While Spider-Man is trying to process the fact that he is going to die, Morlun suddenly appears and immediately starts beating Peter, leaving him on the brink of death without even needing the disease. However, since he also wants to take advantage of the situation to feed on Peter's soul, Morlun chooses to leave him alive and waits for Spider-Man to eventually be taken to the hospital. Some time passes, and as soon as Mary Jane discovers that Peter is in critical condition, she runs to his hospital room, only to see that Morlun is already there, about to consume him. Mary Jane jumps at Morlun, telling him to leave Peter alone, but he throws her against the wall and quickly breaks her arm. At that moment, Peter mysteriously awakens, possessed, and immediately lunges at Morlun with everything he has, pinning him to the ground with his fangs and brutally killing him in a horrifying way. Shortly afterward, Peter returns to his senses and dies in Mary Jane's arms. However, after Peter's body is taken to Avengers Tower and Mary Jane goes there later to see him, MJ is left in shock when she realizes that what is there is actually just Peter's shed husk, torn open and abandoned. It is then revealed that this wasn't the real Peter, and that the original was hidden inside a web cocoon beneath a bridge in New York. We then see Peter's soul in another realm, communicating with a giant spider named Walter, who offers him a deal to bring him back to life. To do so, Peter would need to embrace the mystical side of his powers and abandon his more human side, such as his artificial web shooters. After thinking about the spider's offer, Peter finally accepts it, and his body immediately emerges from the cocoon as he is reborn as a new person. Peter then returns to Mary Jane and Aunt May to tell them that he is alive, and shortly afterward goes to see Mr. Fantastic for further tests, which confirm that he is completely cured. As Spider-Man returns to his normal routine, Peter realizes that, in addition to being fine, he now also has new powers, since he can shoot stingers from his wrists and has learned